Hello Sunshine, it's Steph and welcome back to my YouTube channel where each week I share with you guys lessons on how you can turn your own passions into paid gigs freelancing online. So welcome to my channel. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do so below just so you get a little notification each week when a new video comes out, usually Monday morning, so you can start that week with a fun new lesson all about how to make money or freelancing or Fiverr, whatever is like at the top of my mind. I'm sharing with you guys. Whether it be stories or more formal lessons, I want you to be the most in to know about freelancing as possible, keeping up to date with it because there's always changes, there's always ways to evolve your freelancing business and stay up with the times so you can continue to grow and scale for years to come. For the past few months, if you've been watching here, you know I've been making longer format videos, really teaching full-length lessons, teaching you the basics on freelancing, how to set up your account, how to create gigs, how to set your gigs apart from others, all of the most important foundational aspects. But today I wanted to test out a shorter video about something that has come to my attention that is happening on freelancing platforms like Fiverr, but also other freelancing platforms. This is very common for scams and fraud to be happening in the online world, in any market, right? So today's video is going to be short and sweet. I want to share with you 3 things to look out for to avoid coming across any sort of fraud in which someone is claiming they're going to pay you for your service and then you end up making nothing from it somehow. So here's what to look out for so that this doesn't happen to you. As I said, I want to teach you guys the 3 things to look out for to avoid fraud with freelancing online. So here's a little backstory. What I've heard happening in the freelancing world is sometimes, this hasn't happened to me, but sometimes people will place an order with you. You will deliver the order. They will then say that they are unhappy and cancel the order. And therefore you are no longer paid, but they have the delivery still. Okay, so essentially they've gotten their delivery for free and you got nothing. And then what they'll do is go use that free delivery wherever, on their website, on Amazon, on YouTube, wherever, that they didn't pay for. That is straight up fraud. And there are 3 things I was thinking about that I think really should be red flags for you guys to realize, boom, if this is something you notice, just move on right away and don't even entertain the idea of working with a person like this, all right? So let's get to it. I think the number 1 biggest red flag to look out for in the case of a fraud is when people just straight up don't look legitimate. The way their messaging isn't professional. They don't really have a business set up. It seems very vague what they're asking you to do. If you ask them for information about their business, their website, their social media, they have nothing for you. They can't provide you with a legit website, or you go to the website and there's like nothing on it. All right, that right there, huge red flags. Politely decline or block them, whatever, and just move on with your day. The second thing I would say to look out for is people that are not clear on what they want, constantly changing their mind, all right? Someone who's like, oh, I want this, and then the next day they're like, oh, actually, can you change it to this? I'm thinking of trying this out. And then they're just like, they seem super demanding and they're also just not sure what exactly they want. That could be a tactic of theirs to cause you to have to keep revising things and keep redoing things so they get a couple different variations for free. So that ultimately they have now like 2 or 3 revised options and then they cancel the order saying they're not happy. Well, you're not going to be able to please someone if they're not clear on what they want in the first place. So if you're getting messages from someone, they don't even know what they want, they can't answer your questions clearly, most likely this is not going to work out for either of you, so I would just move on because it could be a tactic of theirs. And the third thing I would watch out for is people that just have way too many detailed requests. Like they're sending you pages and pages and pages of instructions on this project, way too needy, way too many details, overlooking all these little details that you have to do. It's going to be impossible to actually follow all of those instructions the way they want it and to make them happy, right? So if you're noticing that someone's super, super picky, from the get-go in your messages, and then you move forward with an order with them, what's going to happen is they're not going to be happy. You're going to have to revise again. They're not going to be happy. You're going to have to revise again, or you're just going to have to say, you know what, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore, and cancel the order ultimately, right? I've had that happen once before. Someone wanted a set of like 40 photos, and I delivered, and they weren't happy with like 30 of them. And I'm like, whoa, wait a second. If you're unhappy with the majority of them, there's no way I'm going to be able to revise them, redeliver, and make you happy. I'm just confident saying that you're never going to be happy with what I can deliver. You had way too many instructions, wanting to make sure that your hair is up in this way, your makeup's this way, you're wearing this color shirt, make sure you tuck it in for this one and don't tuck the shirt in for this picture. And then make sure the background is this. It's like way too many instructions, information overload. It's probably not going to work out in the end. And so what happens is then either you cancel the order or they cancel the order, and ultimately you're not getting paid, but they still maybe have some drafts or deliveries or revisions. So you've got to be really careful to make sure that they're not going out and using those for free. They didn't pay for them, so they don't deserve to have them and to use them anywhere. So what you can do is you can keep an eye out. So for example, I kept an eye out on that person's Amazon listing to make sure they never used my photos that they never paid for and weren't happy with, right? You can keep an eye out on their website, social media, and if you do notice that anyone is using anything that wasn't paid for, definitely report that to Fiverr and take up a case with them about that. So anyways, you guys, those are just some red flags to look out for to try and avoid fraud with freelancing. I do want to mention one tip that I do have to better avoid those situations is that when you are delivering drafts of your project, let's say you are typing up a blog, it's not finished, it's just a draft to get an idea of, hey, how's this looking so far? Getting some feedback. You can put a watermark on it. So put your own logo or your name or whatever watermarked on the document or on the photo or on the logo you're creating. Watermark it if it's still a draft that you're getting feedback from, and only deliver once it's the final delivery without the watermark. Okay, so that's just a nice like little option to protect yourself a little bit more in the freelancing world. All right, that is it for today's video. Short and sweet. I'd love to know, do you guys like the short little lessons? Is that easier to have these bite-sized lessons just like 5-10 minutes? Or do you like the longer ones? Let me know in the comments below. I'm always open to feedback, especially if you have feedback on what sort of topics you want to learn about next week. All right, I want to invite you to the Freelancer Academy. This is a course and group mentorship that is currently open for enrollment. We begin February 1st of 2023. So if you have any interest at all in making some extra side income this year and also having a course to learn all about how to build your Fiverr from the ground up and constant support from me Monday through Friday, as well as weekly group calls to ask questions, get feedback, really make sure you're setting everything up correctly for more success freelancing, then the Freelancer Academy may be exactly what you need. Not only to make money, but feel more successful, feel more fulfilled with your life, feel more joy with working again, feel like you have a little extra money to go have a nice little trip or go shopping and splurge on something, or to save up for your kids' college fund, or to pay off your debts or student loans quicker. There's so much more to freelancing than just the money. It's about the way it makes you feel. It makes you feel like you're really doing something you love, it's fun, and you're making a difference, delivering people with creative ideas really from your heart due to your passions and your joys in life. That's what it's all about. So if you have any desire to learn more about the Freelancer Academy, you can go to this link here below, check it out, and if you have any questions at all, you can shoot me a comment here or DM me over on Instagram at Steph Dorworth. And that is it. As always, thank you so much for being here. Peace and love.